Back in another video. It's been 3 months since the last time I made a plush review, and I figured I might as well make a new episode. However, I'm not going to be reviewing just one plush. Instead, I'll be reviewing four. Today's review will be on so, the four prototypes plushes from CorgiBeans. On Halloween 2023, CorgiBeans launched a Kickstarter campaign to get a production run of these four plushes made, along with some other cool shit. These Protogens were inspired by the four elements of nature. The campaign page said that the team behind CorgiBeans were also inspired by Pokemon, and figured that they should make different types of Protogens. The campaign lasted from Halloween to November 30th. The initial goal was $4,200, and they reached that goal in the span of an hour. The total amount raised was $25,010. They reached multiple stretch goals during the campaign. The backers ended up getting the plushes along and some other stuff early, even though the stuff became available on CorgiBeans' website for pre-order long after the campaign ended. Of course, I donated and got all four plushes, plus some other cool shit. And we're going to go over them one at a time. First up, we have Tide. He is the water-type Protogen, and was the first one to be unlocked. In fact, he was unlocked on day one when they reached the initial goal of $4,200. And since Tide is a water-type, it makes sense why he's mostly blue. You can also see that he has a shark tail, which I think is pretty creative. Some songs I think that would be appropriate for him include Water by Bush, Dive by Nirvana, Let Me Drown by Soundgarden, and Ocean Man by Ween. The next Protogen is Timber. He is the grass type. He knows that there is grass on top of his head. He was unlocked on November 1st. By then, the campaign had surpassed 10 grand. Since Timber is a grass type, it makes sense why he's primarily green and brown. And somehow I feel like his theme song should be The Eco-Terrorist and Me by Rise Against. The third Protogen is Cinder. He's the fire type. He was unlocked on November 5th. You notice that his colors are primarily red, orange, and yellow. His tail is also thin and curly compared to those of his buddies. One thing I can guarantee you is that Beavis would choose Cinder as his favorite Protogen, since he's a pyromaniac. Some songs I feel like would be appropriate for Cinder are The City of Blinding Riots by Filter, Burning in the Sky by Linkin Park, Burn by The Cure, Burn It Down by Linkin Park, Bomb Track by Rage Against the Machine, Jump in the Fire by Metallica, The Arsonist by Pucifer, Bridge Burning by Foo Fighters, Fire by Dead by Sunrise, Fuel by Metallica, Bulletproof Skin by Institute, Creatures of the Fire by Bush, and Fire by Jimi Hendrix, as well as Red Hot Chili Peppers' cover of that song. And last but not least, we have Jetstream, the flying Protogen. You notice that he has wings plus a propeller on his tail. This helps him to distinguish him from his buddies. I think his colors are quite appropriate for him since he is the flying type. When CorgiBeans opened up the pre-orders for these plushes, Jetstream was the first one to sell out. During the campaign, he was unlocked on November 14th, meaning that CorgiBeans were able to guarantee all four main plushes to the backers. Some songs I feel like would be appropriate for him include Mighty Wings by Cheap Trick, Make a Move by Incubus, Boom by System of a Down, The Sharpest Lies by My Chemical Romance, and Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins, as well as Psycho Stick's cover of that song. No, it isn't just plushes that came in the package. So we also got these stickers of the characters. There are also these enamel pins that came in the package. And also each one says to, thanks for supporting them on Kickstarter. There are also these acrylic keychains that came in the package. And one more cool thing that was in the package was this limited edition lanyard. One more thing I should mention is that on the final day of the campaign, they reached one last stretch goal. That stretch goal unlocked the poison-type Protogen. Unfortunately, the prototype of that plush had not been made at that time. The prototype was completed, and photos were released on January 24th of this year. CorgiBeans still has them available for pre-order as of making of this video. I'm looking forward to receiving him and making a review. Now I'm going to do something a little different. That is to rank the four main plushes in the campaign. Now the fourth best I would say is Tinder. I place him at the bottom because his design isn't as good as those of his buddies. The design is still good regardless. The third best I would say is Cinder. His design is better than that of Timber, but I feel like his thin tail kind of holds him back a little. And one thing I know is that his ears are taller than those of his buddies. I still like his design overall. The runner-up is Jetstream. I feel like he has the most unique design of the four main plushes. And the fact that he has wings is one thing that he has in common with Spectrum Protogen right here. And that's not just the fact that they're both Protogens. It's strange how when pre-orders of these plushes opened up on CorgiBeans, Jetstream was the first one to sell out. I mean, he is the one who has the shortest ears. And I'm guessing that he's the most popular of the main four. Of course, my number one pick just happens to be tied. I just had to pick him as number one because I think he has the best design. And I think he's also the cutest looking. The fact that he's mostly blue is very appropriate since he's a water type. I like how he's designed with a shark tail, which helps him to stand out from the other Protogens and CorgiBeans. And yeah, my favorite Protogen is still Synthwave Protogen, aka Vice. On a side note, I feel like the best theme song for Vice would be Adrenalize 1983 by In This Moment. And that is my review of the Prototypes plushes. This is my biggest and most complex plush review to date. The next plush review won't nearly be as long or as complex as this one. And now's the part where I question you. What do you think of the Prototypes plushes? Which one is your favorite? Which one is your least favorite? How would you rank these plushes? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify of future videos. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with another video.